Hello YouTubers, I'm going to be converting this gas bottle into a patio heater or wood burning stove. I'm going to build it in a way that you can actually use it indoors for a shed or outbuilding, but this one is going to be used outside. It's going to be proper paint, it's going to have a nice glass door on it, which I'm going to use a Pyrex dish what I'm thinking of. I've already built a waste oil heater here. This runs really efficient. It only uses about 3 litres in about 2.5 to 3 litres in about 8 hours. That is a really good build. I'm going to put up a video on that when it's running. It's summertime now, so I don't have it on much, but I used it all through last winter and it was absolutely brilliant. But first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to take the valve out the top. So we'll have to take this cage off. This is the valve protector cage here. Obviously make sure your gas bottle's empty. Once the valve's off, we're going to fill the bottle with water. Just stick the hose pipe in, and we're just going to fill it with water and leave it for a few hours, and then we'll drain it off, and then we'll carry on working on it. But cutting this cage off, I won't do a video on that. I'll do a video on cutting this off when I'm ready to cut it off. I use what's called a recip saw. Some people use a grinder, an angle grinder with a cutting disc in, but I don't like to mess with the angle grinder. With the electric hacksaw, I put this just over a bucket and it catches all the iron filings and stuff. It's a lot neater. So I won't show you this cutting this off. I'll just show you cutting that off. Put a video on about that. But first of all, I'm going to chop this off, and then I'm going to whip this valve out. One thing I meant to mention is I'm going to be introducing into here. It's like a wood burning design. It's a secondary burn system. Basically, it's just load of pipe work inside, coming from outside to inside. It gets superheated, and it actually any unburned fumes or smoke from the wood that's inside, it actually gets combusted. So I don't want any smoke coming out the flue at all if I can help it. So I'm going to have what's called a primary and secondary burn on it. So without further ado, let's get that valve out. Hello YouTubers, right now we've got the gas out, the valve off. We've filled it up with water, we've drained it. I'm going to show you now 2 methods of actually cutting the hole out of the bottom and the top. The top where the flue is going to come through, I'm going to be using a hole saw, one of these things. It has a pilot drill in there, which I'll show you that. I'm going to use that because the welding's because it's going to be visible, and the welding on the top of the flue outlet to the bottle is going to be a lot neater. On the bottom, I'm going to be drilling draw a circle and then drill a series of holes all the way around, quite close together, and then just knock it through the hammer, because the 4-inch hole in the bottom, it's a 4-inch in the top as well, 100mm, but the 4-inch hole in the bottom is just for cleaning the ash out. So there's going to be a plate in there eventually. It's just so when you finish using it the next day, when everything's cooled down, just move the plate over and then just paintbrush inside or something and brush it out into a bucket underneath. So that doesn't have to be as neat, but the hole in the top, I'm going to use a hole saw, so the hole's a lot neater, and when my flue outlet comes out, I can do a nice weld on it. Okay, let's get on with it. Alright, this is how we cut the holes out. It's like a centre punch. Mark a circle round on the hole you want to cut out, and just make a little dent all the way around, like so. That's so your drill bit doesn't slip. Now we're going to get a drill now and pop them out. Okay, I'm going to be cutting the hole out for the flue now, on the top of the propane bottle. What I've done is I've actually masticed this tube here. Okay, I'm going to pour some oil down there, and because I know it's a 100mm 4-inch hole I've got to drill, which is this here. Now what I want, I'm not going to be able to, because there's going to be a lot of torque on this and it's going to be snagging and stuff like that when I'm trying to drill it. So, but I need to be the hole to be accurate, because of the outlet I'm going to fit in, which I'll explain a bit later on. But basically I want a permanent oil feed on this to keep it cool. So if I just stick that in there, just try and find the center hole. You need to find the center hole because that pilot's in the middle. That's what keeps it in the middle. And also what I've done, I've got a drill bit there. If you can see that there is actually no cutting edge on the bit where it actually goes through that hole that you've just seen. That's already in there. Okay. Reason being why I've done that is if I went to there and slid that drill bit even more, the drill bit would actually open the hole up and it would actually waggle. You know, it waggle side to side. I'm not going to get a clean cut, so I've pulled the drill bit out, so there is no cutting edge on the actual drill bit itself. You don't stop opening up that pilot hole. So I'll just fit that in there. If I can find the center hole. Where are we? There we go. Okay, so that goes in there now. So what on the outside here now, all the way around, I'm just gonna put some waste engine oil. And then that'll actually keep an oil feed to the hole saw, and it'll help keep it cool and give me a better cut and reduce the snagging on it. Okay, let's get the drill set up and then let's get the oil cut out. Right, here we go. Let's tip that back a bit, straighten it up. There we go. One hole. There we go. Marvellous. You see that oil now has dripped down into the bucket below. Right. Just bring that down for you. You can see it. There we go. Brilliant. Okay, this is me flue outlet in now. The hole's been cut out and the actual outlet for the flue is there. This is just a piece of stainless steel here I picked up from here to here, from the scrapyard. This is why I wanted the hole as neat as I could. So this weld here, when I come to weld it, it's going to make just the job a little bit easier. It's not going to be trying to fall inside or anything. Also, to actually get this pipe here was actually the same diameter or a little bit bigger than this pipe. More I had to do, just take you around here. I had to cut a slot out all the way along the pipe, all the way up to inside here, and then with these clamps I had to keep closing the gap up until this pipe here just went over, just nice and snug, nice and tight. So now that I've got this gap cut out, I think it took me about 3 or 4 goes with a cutting disc, not a grinding disc, a cutting disc. And then what I'd done was I would clamp it in the vise, and then I'd run the grinder or the cutting disc down it again and take a little bit more out to squeeze the vise up a bit more, try this pipe over it. To just make sure, and then when I got it actually fitting really nice and snug, that was job done then for me. So there we go. So next job is now get it welded up. Lovely.